mynews.studio.
Imagine this. Every month, around 10,000 new podcasts launch, but only a small number last. So what's missing? What's the real blueprint for survival?
That's quite an image. Today's date is February 14th, 2026. Let's dig into why so many shows fade away. Is it just poor planning, or is there something deeper at play?
A lot of people start podcasting with loads of enthusiasm, but almost no structure. It usually begins with chaos, endless ideas, but no definite theme. So, what do the experts say about this first step?
Most advice says to brainstorm topics you're truly interested in. But is passion alone enough? How does someone figure out what the audience actually wants to hear?
That's the role of research. Search through Apple Podcasts, look for what's missing in the shows you already enjoy. Then, outline 10 possible episodes for your own idea. If 10 feels like a stretch, it might not be the right concept.
Okay, so say you've got 10 episode ideas. How do you decide which one to pursue? Should you go really niche or aim broad?
The advice is to get focused. Choose a clear theme. It could be niche storytelling, maybe expert interviews, and tie it to your main purpose. Is your aim to build a community, share knowledge, or maybe monetize? That decision shapes everything else.
Once you've got that focus, how do you keep generating ideas? It's easy to run dry.
It helps to brainstorm ahead. Use Google to look at common how-to questions in your area. Whiteboard ideas that branch off from your main topic. Even jotting down answers to prompts like, "What can I share about topic?" often leads to 20 new episode ideas pretty quickly.
Now, when it comes to actually making the show, lots of people stall. Once you have your concept, what's the very first step in execution?
Start with the intro. Experts recommend a 10 to 15-second hook. What's the highlight of your episode? Add a short jingle, mention your guest if you have one, and get straight to the point. That helps beat the dreaded skip button.
And what about structure? Some podcasts seem to jump all over the place. Does sticking to a formula actually help?
It really does. Structure your episodes. Opening jingle, a short monologue, plan segments. For instance, you can start with news for broad appeal, then move into the main topic. Schedule ad breaks and close with a call to action. It gives listeners a sense of familiarity.
Let's shift to the technical side. When you're starting out, does the equipment matter much?
Yes, a good microphone, some basic editing software, and a quiet space. Those are essential for clear audio. But don't forget about design. Cover art that stands out and a recognizable theme song can really help your show get noticed.
Guests can add a lot, but how do you convince interesting people to join your show when you're just starting?
Send a one-pager with your show's details, even if your stats are small. Highlight your unique angle and why you value their perspective. And when it comes to scripting, use bullet points for most parts, but write out intros or key questions in full.
Finding fresh stories is tough too. How do you keep the content from going stale?
Listen to your audience. Search Facebook groups, run social media polls, or even review transcripts from client calls. Tools like otter.ai can help. Collaborating with new writers or inviting different guests can also bring in new perspectives.
When it's finally time to launch, what's on the checklist?
Create an RSS feed, submit your show to Apple and Spotify, and run ads aimed at podcast listeners. Set specific goals, maybe 1,000 downloads in 3 months. Stick to a regular publishing schedule, ask for feedback, and keep improving as you go.
If you hit a creative block, is there a smart way to revisit old episodes without just repeating yourself?
Definitely. Use platforms like BuzzSumo to spot which episodes perform best, then refresh them or create deeper dives. The 80-20 rule is helpful here. Limit direct sales content to 20% and use the rest for listener questions or topics your competitors haven't covered.
So it's not just about finding a good idea at the start. It's about setting up a system that keeps content flowing.
A lot of people mistake excitement for a real strategy. Without a clear process, it's easy for a show to drift and lose steam. Having a blueprint means you can build real growth, keep your audience engaged, and even attract sponsors over time.
If someone listening feels stuck or out of ideas tonight, what's the first thing they should try?
Set a timer for 5 minutes and write down every question you wish someone would answer in your field. That list alone could power months of new episodes.
And remember, collaboration and ongoing research will keep your ideas fresh.
We covered idea development, launching, structure, technical setup, finding guests, and ways to keep content fresh, even how to revisit earlier work.
That's the 10-step framework that really separates successful podcasts from the rest.
Thanks for tuning in. This episode is brought to you by mynews.studio. Try it now for free.